10 signs you're a highly intuitive empath, sensitive to energy. Humans are social creatures who are required to respect each other. In addition, humans are required to have empathy for each other. This sense of empathy is certainly very much needed to coexist with many people. An empathetic person is often described as someone who can feel the emotions of others. Due to their sensitiveness, they tend to understand how another person feels and even take others' emotions as their own. The main characteristic that you inhibit as a sensitive empath is that you're a caring person. You are not apathetic about your surroundings. On the contrary, you feel somewhat responsible for everything that happens to the people around you. So, instead of going with the flow, you are trying to make a change, even if only a little one. In addition, you also care about your surrounding environment. If there is something wrong, you will try to fix it. So, are you a highly intuitive empath, sensitive to energy? Here are 10 characteristics that indicate a person has high empathy. As usual, if you enjoy watching this video, please help by clicking that like button below, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any interesting updates in the future. 1. High sensitivity. One of the most common features of a highly intuitive empath is that you are a very sensitive person. You are very sensitive to anything that happens in your surroundings and can't be careless. You feel emotions from people and from the surrounding environment 10 or maybe even 100 times more than ordinary people. Perhaps this sounds excessive, but that is just how sensitive empaths are. Someone who has high empathy usually likes to give, open up to everyone, and be a good listener. In the passing of happy or difficult things, you will always be there for others. However, because of this high sensitivity, you may get hurt very easily. After all, having high empathy means you have a high human side too. You will be easily touched when you see or hear a sad story. You have soft, sensitive, and easily touched feelings. 2. Feel the emotions of others. People with high empathy can usually align themselves with the emotions felt by others, both the good emotions and bad ones. The drawback, you also felt emotions such as anger and anxiety, which sometimes are tiring to yourself. You can't stand when you see someone being bullied or manipulated. That's not in accordance to your conscience. Not a pretentious hero, but you will try to stop injustice around you. 3. You are more private and reserved. Someone who has empathy tends to be overwhelmed in a crowd. Most of them are indeed introverted people who choose to be involved in social activities or groups as little as possible. Even if they are extroverts, they also tend to limit themselves in large groups or gatherings. The reason is that they easily get overwhelmed if there are a lot of mixed emotions. 4. High intuition. People with high empathy tend to follow their intuition to guide them in life. They have a high sense of intuition. Remember that not all empaths are necessarily highly intuitive, but still, they have better intuition than non-empathic people. Therefore, it is essential for you to develop your intuition and never ignore your gut instincts. After all, intuition can also help you to build positive relationships with people. In addition, you are also someone who always has a high initiative. Instead of being passive and silent, you always take action. For example, when your friend is suffering, you are not just passive and quiet. You will take the initiative to lighten your friend's burden, even if only for a little while. Helping others has become your attitude. You are light-hearted and like to help people around you. You empathize with people's circumstances and don't want to stay quiet. Therefore, if there is someone who needs help, you will go the extra mile to give them your helping hand. 5. Tend to need me time. As someone who tends to be a supporter for others, your energy can be drained quickly, so you often need alone time to replenish the energy. Indeed, it's great to empathize what others feel, But if not controlled, it can disturb your personal situation too, because it is essential to divide your time, make boundaries, and limit yourself. Being an empathetic person is a beautiful gift, but don't forget to love yourself too. 6. Can be overwhelmed in a very close relationship. Too many close relationships can be quite difficult for highly intuitive empaths. The reason is, if you're in a deep connection with someone, whether it's friends, a lover, or family, you tend to be affected by their emotions. You know what they're going through, and since you really care about the relationships, you're willing to do anything even if it means sacrificing your own well-being. Therefore, you tend to be more selective in choosing people in your life. 7. Often feel drained because you're so sensitive. Highly intuitive empaths are good at noticing changes in their surroundings. Even a little thing that people tend to overlook can't pass their sensitive sensory. Therefore, being highly sensitive can make them feel drained quickly. For instance, you often spend time worrying about something that hasn't happened, and for every person who leans towards you will also drain your energy even quicker. Sometimes you see the real world like a drama. 8. Nature can help to refresh your mind. When you're so busy empathizing others, sometimes you didn't realize you were experiencing fatigue, but you're aware that spending time in nature is enough to replenish your energy. Because of that, you like to release your burdens by climbing mountains or having a vacation in nature. 9. Your emotions are easily disturbed. If normal things are enough to affect your emotions, how about something that's slightly above normal? I mean, you're also very sensitive to noise, pungent odors, and everything that is excessive. For instance, in social interactions, facing people who boast and lie too much is enough to make you want to throw up. You can also be fed up with anything excessive. 10. You have a big heart and soul, but sometimes it's too much. People who has high empathy always have a big soul. They like to help others so that they can at least lighten their burden and distress. But the thing is, you usually think that it's not enough to just help. Therefore, you will go extra miles and take more action so that the person can be more relieved. While there's a good aspect of it, you may attract more people who only want your help, and soon enough, you will get completely exhausted. As I said before, it's important to divide time, make boundaries, and limit yourself. Never forget to love yourself too. Your needs have to come first before anything else.
Well guys, those are the 10 signs that you are a highly intuitive empath, sensitive to energy. So, are you experiencing some of those signs but you never realized that you are actually a highly intuitive empath? I know there are times when we doubt ourselves and our intuition, and we just thought that it was all just a series of coincidences. But the truth is that we often underestimate our own power. So we rarely listen to our gut instinct and act accordingly. Now that you have realized that you are actually a highly intuitive empath sensitive to energy, it's time to listen more to yourself. Because you know what? You are blessed. You are rare in this world and you have the power to help anyone else change their life to be better. The world needs more people like you. After all, you have a big heart and soul, you are highly intuitive, you are really sensitive, and you can feel and experience the emotions of others, which is really special, I think. Well, that's all for today's video guys. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and if you have something on your mind, don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell to join our notification squad. And also, if you want to support me on Patreon, you can find the link on the description box below. Well, I will see you next time guys. Bye!